Hi, welcome to Jackie Burns Creations. This is a collaboration with Dawn of Shabby Chic, Annie Jones, and Monica of Up All Night. It's a Valentines I Can't Sleep collaboration. Project number 1. I got this at Dollar Tree, and I didn't paint it because it was just fine for what I was going to use it for. And I like that it has the grooves on it, but they're not really grooves. They're just kind of printed on there to look like grooves. And I am using a Prisma transfer. And I love transfers. They're easy, they're quick. You can find them about anywhere. Even Dollar Tree has transfers. But I like the Prisma and the IOD because they're just beautiful. And they're so easy to use. All you do is just lay a transfer down and just kind of rub it all over. So you get it to start sticking. And they work best if you put them on a sealed area. One time I put them on a rolling pin that I hadn't sealed, and I had such a hard time getting it to stick. And I guess it was and I'd scrubbed it down, but I guess it was from past oils just seeping in the wood. So remember always to seal it first. And they can go on straight paint. To go on like plaid is good because it's kind of a natural sealer in it. But I would say chalk paint and the clay-based paint that I like to use from DIY really should be sealed. And not with a wax either. More with a Mod Podge medium. So you can see how I'm grabbing it by the sides and just kind of lifting as I go along. This just kind of lifts it and helps it stick down. And it's called riding the wave. Woohoo! I don't surf, but I can ride the wave. And I'm using my IOD scraping tool because I like it. It's a heavy-duty plastic. And they always include a rubbing tool, scraping tool in every kit. And so does Prisma. A lot of companies do. You can find Prisma on Amazon. Trying to decide what I want for that other corner up there. And I ended up cutting out part of a transfer and putting it over in that section, and you can actually face them different directions. And it doesn't look odd, it just looks really kind of shabby chic. And I was trying to get a shabby chic with most of my projects. Silly me, I didn't end up showing you what I do to the rest of this. I ended up doing a crazy bow and some, they're like pearls, and it says it was a garland. They're very pretty, and it hangs from there. And after I sealed it, I ended up going over it with a black wax. And that's the same. If you're going to do a wax, and this is like a DIY wax or some of the others, you need to basically seal it first, and the best way to seal it is you can do it with like a Mod Podge medium, but you can do it first with a clear wax and then with the dark wax to get the edges and make it look a little more antique-y like. Because if you just take the dark wax and put it down, it's going to soak into your chalk paint or your clay-based paint and just give you kind of a muddy looking mess. So here it is all finished, dark waxed and with the bow and flower and everything. Okay, project number 2. This is from Dollar Tree, one of their hearts, and I just painted the edges because I don't need it painted on the top. Right now I'm using Aleene's decoupage medium. It's a very thick one. So if you're using a heavier paper or something like that, it works well. If you were using a napkin or tissue paper, I don't think I'd use that unless you let it dry first and then iron it on. Well, these things to the left I picked up are ephemera. I got this piece of cardboard with all this ephemera on there, old cards and old Valentines and old pieces from my friend Carrie, the Desert Mermaid. She's got a channel on Whatnot. She sells things. She's awesome. She also has a YouTube channel. Check her out. Carrie, the Desert Mermaid. Anyway, so I picked out these two pieces. I thought, oh, they'd be so pretty on there. Well, first I put down like a piece of paper cut in a heart that was looking like music. And then I'm just decoupaging these pieces down. It's going over the top of it, giving it a little touch up. And I love vintage ephemera. I would say these are probably maybe from the 1920s, even 1910s. They're just lovely, very delicate. And I carefully took all these pieces of ephemera off. So you can see I'm showing you some of them. And this little box that I got this at a estate sale. I do estate sale auctions online, and there were a whole bunch of these, and I bid on them and won them for really good price. I can't even remember, but I remember it was a really good price. And there's about 6 or 8 of them, and I thought, okay, these would be really cute for my DIYs. And that's the first one I immediately thought of, was to do a vintage box out of these. Very shabby chic. Oh, these handkerchiefs, I got those from Carrie too. She's my bud. Love her to death. Love you, Carrie. So I'm just taking a little glue and gluing them down. And if you wonder why I have a popsicle stick, right in the middle of these projects, my glue gun quit working. It ran out of electricity because it's a cordless one, and I recharged the battery and it looked like it was taking the charge and everything, and I put it back on and it wasn't working at all. And I haven't even had it that long. It's a Roy B. So Roy B, your products stink. Don't buy one of their glue guns. I do buy their battery from my other glue gun, but that's still buried in the garage somewhere. So now I'm putting my heart in there. Oh, and what I ended up doing was I have a pot, a glue pot, that people usually use on flour, you know, making grease and things like that. They just dip it in. Well, I had to melt all the little glue stick things that come with it and use that. So I'm using a popsicle stick to glue everything down. So irritating. Oh yeah, I pulled out a bunch of different jewelry because I like to get old jewelry that, like maybe there's just one earring. This, I think that might have been a scarf thing, but I thought, oh, it looked real pretty up there. It's pearls. And these old pearls they're just glass beads that are covered, but I thought they'd be really pretty in there. And here's an earring that was only one earring. Checking to see if it looks good in there. And it's kind of a pearl, but in different colors, more in earth tones. And I decided I'm going to put love in there with my Scrabble tiles. These Scrabble tiles I got from Temu. I'm loving Temu. Oh, but be careful. It's easy to go down the rabbit hole. And I guess watch, because there were some people that were saying that Temu is a clearinghouse, and it's other companies all over the world and a lot in China that go through the clearinghouse. And I guess it's like Amazon, they got a big stock. And but some people were recently saying that they're just copyright infringing all over the place, which isn't unusual for Chinese products. So just kind of watch out. I'm just cleaning the plastic here, and then I'm going to give it a little sand, and I'm going to do a wet distress. DIY paint is wonderful to wet distress too. So I brought some of that lighter wood underneath up through there. And the thing about a copyright infringement is you think, oh, well, it's just one thing and it's no big deal. It really is, because there's a lot of people who are designers or creators or engineers that make these things, that create these things. And when somebody uses their product, it rips them off because they don't get anything from it. And that's their living. It's like you wouldn't steal somebody's paycheck. Don't steal their ideas. I'm just giving it a little rub down. Oh, I went over it with the dark wax. Just need a teeny bit on the brush, and sometimes you can just put a teeny bit on and just kind of do the edges or the corners. And just give it a little rub off, or you can leave it on. Doesn't matter either way. Just I like doing this. It just softens the white a little bit. Now I'm going to do the inside, because this is the kind of box you can just open up and put on your dresser and make it look all lovely. Leave the door open on it. Just hitting that hard a little bit. And here it is, a close-up of it all finished. Oh, please hit that red button, that subscribe button. You know it's free. It is free. I thank you, because I'm almost at 3,000. I think I'm like 4 away from there. Well, I don't have the beginning of this because I did it before Christmas, and I was going to make something Christmas out of it, and then I didn't. But I painted it an aviary, which is a DIY color, and then I had gotten these stencils that were silkscreen stencils, and I had gotten some of the paint, I guess it's kind of a chalk paste, not really a paint. So I'd gotten some chalk paint, and I thought, well, I want to try it just to see how it turns out. And I tried it, was really impressed. it came out just gorgeous, as you can see. So I didn't film doing that. I should have. But anyway, I'm taking some of the Aleene's clear glue and tapping little spots, because I thought, oh, it'd be fun to put some snow down in these areas. Valentine's is still in the winter, and I lived in Utah, and I had plenty of Valentines with a lot of snow. I remember one Valentine, I took my kids to school, and my friend told me to come over to her house because it was snowing so bad she didn't want me to go all the way home. So I just stayed there until my kids got out of school, and then ventured home. So anyway, me and my silly stories. I'm just tapping here and there with the glue. It's a very thick glue. It's clear, so it doesn't show. Can't see it when it dries. And I store this snow. I think this is Dollar Tree snow. Could be Dollar Tree or Temu, I'm not sure. But anyway, I store it in the little containers because I don't worry about it spilling as much. And with my luck, if it was in a bag, I'd have it all over the place. So just tapping it in place. And I poured off the extra. And not too long ago, I found this little fence in a thrift store. And I looked at the top of it, and it had a Fenton sticker. I thought, Fenton? I thought Fenton just did glass. Well, I guess they did other things too. And you could tell it was a little bit vintage. I don't know how vintage, but a little bit. So I put some glue on the back of it, and I glued it down as if we're looking in the foreground. And I'm just tapping a little bit of watered down brown plaid paint, acrylic paint, but I'd watered it down a bit. Thought, oh, I'll just hit this tree with it too, just a little bit. I didn't want to paint too much in the picture. Wonder where I am. Oh, I think I'm getting little snowflakes out because I put just a couple of little pink snowflakes on the fence. Just to give a little bit of color. Counting to the middle. That one's a little darker pink. Okay, now I'm putting hearts on the fence. I put two little dots at the top, and then I make a V. And that's all there is to it. Just two hearts opposite each other, and then just make a V. I love painting, even if it's just little hearts. And if you're scared to paint, don't be. Don't be. Just get out a brush and do what you feel like. Nobody's gonna judge. And you don't even have to show it to anybody if you don't want to. But if you don't try it, you'll never get better. And nobody's good the first time they try it. It's just like walking. Were you good the first time you took steps? No. So I cut a whole bunch of pillow ticking and ribbon and some drop cloth and making a crazy bow. I love crazy bows, especially at Valentine's Day. It's kind of fun. You can always put something fun in the middle, like I did on the heart. I put a big rose. And I'm just going to trim these ends a little bit. Do little slants in them. And I'm sticking it up in the corner. And I thought, oh, got my Scrabble tiles right here. Let it spill out. Valentine's Day. It's real fun digging through the bag. Okay, just separating my middle ones. And I've got this ruler. It's supposed to be for putting handles on cabinets, but it makes a really good ruler to rest up against the edge and keep things lined up. I just basically eyeballed where I wanted them to go. And I am putting the two that are the middle letters. We'll take this from the top. Oh, it would have been so much easier to have a glue gun. I'm so irritated. I have so much work to do. Probably be better off just getting a cheap one from Temu. There it is, all done. Well, I guess I could have put a little bit of aging on there. I can always go back and do that. And I think it's looking pretty cute. And I put a earring that didn't have a mate right in the middle, a little pearl on it. A little bling, a little shabby chic. Okay, here it is all done after I did distress a little bit, I think. And here they are, all finished. Opened up the door just so we get a better look. And here's the heart. I hope you really enjoyed this and come back and see me again really soon. Bye for now.